Right, so I received a text message the other week from a number claiming to be Hermes couriers saying that I'd missed my delivery. I saw a link to rebook my delivery, which was myhermestrackingonlineitem.com, which instantly raised a few red flags. Before I started filming this video, I fired up my test laptop, connected to it via remote desktop, connected it to a VPN firewall, opened a browser within a sandbox and went incognito to have a look around the website. The reason I use the VPN is because the scammer's server may see the requests coming in from public IP addresses, so I wanted to hide my IP address. Open the browser in a sandbox just in case, upon submitting the web form, a malicious code was executed and downloaded a remote Trojan or something else malicious. After having a browse around, I couldn't see any sort of browser hooks or any malicious downloads to make my computer become some sort of zombie and receive commands from a command and control center, and wherever I clicked I just got redirected to the genuine Hermes website. So a while later I came back and started up my VPN and used the Brave web browser and opened a private window using the built-in Tor feature. Tor, or the Onion router, directs internet traffic through a free worldwide volunteer overlay network consisting of more than 6,000 relays for concealing a user's location and usage from anyone conducting network surveillance or traffic analysis. So for this demonstration it's perfect because I don't want my public IP address to flag up in any way on this web server. Unfortunately, where there is anonymity and the ability to have internet activities unmonitored, this makes Tor a platform for crime and the perfect location to host the dark web. So I go to the website myhermestrackingonlineitem.com and straight away the URL is taking me to a PHP subdomain with a string of characters after. I'm greeted by a pop-up to input my postcode, so I'll fill that in, TU121TU. At this point it might look genuine because surely to rearrange a missed delivery they would need the postcode. It's now searching their database for my missed delivery. The delivery was missed on the 10th of November at 5:16 AM, which is very strange. This tells me there's a 2 or 3 hour time variable against the time it is now. So if the time is X, then show the time 3 hours earlier, for instance. And I certainly don't know any courier who delivers that early. If I now go to the rescheduled delivery, I'm greeted with a form to confirm my identity. Okay, so full name, that's fine. I'll put in Joe Blogs. Phone number, that's no problem. Date of birth, I'm not sure why they require that information, maybe to verify that if the delivery contains age-restricted items, they can confirm the delivery is going to someone who's of the right age. So I'll put in 12/12/1976. And the home address, that's fine. They need to know the redelivery address. I'll make something up, 45 Linway Road, but no idea if that really exists. And I'll press continue. So it's accepted them details and there's no database obviously that it's working against to check for the address verification. Next we're greeted with a redelivery form. Now it says the delivery fee is £1.45 or £1.04 plus VAT, which is wrong. If I open a calculator and do £1.04 times 1.2 equals about 1.248, so about £1.25. Calculating this, these people are adding 39% VAT, which is a bit steep. So it now asks for a card holder's name. I'm going to stop here. Now I don't know of any couriers that charge for a redelivery. I can't even find the service on the genuine My Hermes site that offers a redelivery option. Usually couriers will either leave a calling card to notify you there's been an attempted delivery, or they will leave the parcel with a neighbour, leave it in a safe space, or contact you and ask you what you want to do should you miss the delivery. Anyway, back to this. So I'll fill in the card holder's name, J Blogs. Card number, okay, this is usually standard when paying for something online. Expiry date, not a problem, standard when you're paying for something. Then the CVV, or the card verification value. These fields are standard. Now it's asking for the account number and sort code. This is another red flag and it brings together the whole scam. Supplying someone with your sort code and account number won't really be any danger. They can't withdraw any money from your account. They could transfer you money if they wanted to, but they need other bits of information to be able to attempt to make a withdrawal from your account. Details such as your 16-digit card number, along with your date of birth, address, postal code, phone number. Well, anyway, I'll press submit and it asks to input a valid card number, so there's some sort of card verification application running on this site. So the payment you've made of £1.45 to the scammers has potentially caught out a lot of people, so £1.45 can turn into big money pretty quickly. So with all this information you've submitted, the scammer could use your sort code and account number to work out who you bank with. By doing a simple Google of the sort code, you can find what branch that sort code belongs to. If I do the reverse and Google HSBC sort codes, here's a list of sort codes relating to the HSBC branches. They could then phone the bank and attempt to socially engineer the person on the phone, who will usually start by asking for the telephone banking security number. And if you say forgotten, they will proceed to ask additional security questions such as date of birth, postcode, first line of address, telephone number, which the scammer has all this information now. So you could pass the security questions and requests for funds to be transferred from the victim account to another bank account. Thankfully, banks are now implementing two-factor authentication, where they will send a text message to the mobile number listed on the account, and then will send a code to that number and ask for the person on the phone to read that code back. Anyway, this is just the gist of this website. It looks genuine and many people will fall victim to it. So let's look a bit more into this website and how you can be sure it's a scam. I mean, at first glance, it does look like a genuine website. It shows a HTTPS connection, which means it will have a certificate issued by a certificate authority. This tells me, though, that this website has been hosted on a third-party service like Wix or One-on-One, etc. We can look into this a bit later. The fact that it's using a HTTPS connection is convincing, because data transmitted from this website will be encrypted. If I inspect the website element, I can see that the HTML code straight away has been saved from www.myhermes.co.uk, which means it's been saved from a genuine site, opened in a text editor such as Sublime Text, and altered to show the web page we see on the scam site. If I go to the genuine My Hermes website and save the page as a full page, then open it in Sublime Text, I can also see that the document was saved from the internet. If I then open in a web browser, you see that it looks exactly the same as the genuine site. Next, there are a lot of href, or hypertext references, to the genuine myhermes.co.uk website, which according to the genuine site is normal, so clicking on a button on the genuine site will redirect you to a subpage, for instance. So anywhere I click on this scam site, apart from this form, takes you to the genuine site, or it does nothing. If I click on sign in or sign up, it does nothing. If I click on our services though, I'm redirected to the genuine website. Notice the URL has changed from .com to .co.uk and has a sub web page of our services / our prices. So if I do a ping to the scam website, you see I'm getting a response from an IP address of 47.251.40.77. If I now do an IP lookup on abuse IP DB, using that IP address, we can see that the IP address is not found in their database. I've done a few IP lookups on this, and a lot of them don't have the IP in their database. But the information here says ISP, AliCloud, usage is data center, web hosting, transit. The domain is alicloud.com. Country of the IP is America, in the city of San Mateo in California. Then if I do a whois lookup, see among all this information, the organisation is Alibaba.com. So who are Alibaba? Let's do a quick Google search. Alibaba is a multinational technology company specialising in e-commerce, retail, internet and technology. Back to the whois lookup, and the ISP is shown as AliCloud. Who are they then? Back to Google, they are a subsidiary of Alibaba Group, who provide cloud computing services to online businesses. So that is who is hosting the scam website. Let's compare this to the genuine website. If I ping myhermes.co.uk, I get a response from an IP address, so let's do an IP lookup on this. So this is interesting. The ISP is Incapsula Inc. Usage type is Content Delivery Network. A domain of incapsula.com, and it's based in Germany. If I do a Google search of My Hermes, they're part of the Hermes Group, which is based in Germany. So let's do a whois lookup on My Hermes. They have more registered subdomains, Under the DNS records, we have A records, which are used to point the domain names to one or more IP addresses. The domain name in this instance is my Hermes. Then we have MX records, which are used to create email addresses from that domain. It's used to tell inbound and outbound mail sent to the domain where it should be routed to. Text records are information that provides information about the DNS records. Then we have the NS records, which indicate which DNS server is authoritative for that domain. Without NS records, websites wouldn't work. So from this Whois lookup, the organisation name is Incapsula. Who are they then? Quick Google, and they are an American cloud-based application delivery platform. They provide web application security, DDoS mitigation, content caching, and application delivery. Okay, so I'll Google my Hermes Incapsula, and the majority of results show that my Hermes is hosted by Incapsula and not Alibaba. This is quite a clever scam. The domain is registered so the victim wouldn't get a warning saying that the website is potentially fraudulent. The payment the victim makes probably won't be taken via some sort of payment terminal like a legitimate company does, as these are monitored by authorities that deal with scams and fraud detection. So the details are probably saved on a server elsewhere for use to be sold on the dark web, or used to socially engineer banks to transfer funds, or to purchase high value products which can then be sold for physical money. I do have a video explaining some more techniques scammers use to get money out of people, so I suggest watching that one as well. To protect yourself from these sort of scams, don't click on links from numbers or emails that you don't know. If you do receive a link, go to the genuine website. So if I receive this text from what appears to be my Hermes, I'd go to the My Hermes website and look for the redelivery option. Then I'll soon realise that a redelivery option doesn't exist on that website, so I'd confirm this is just a scam. Or better still, just ignore these text messages or these emails, report them as spam. You can report scams to Action Fraud or on the government website. There are also other scams going around from people posing as Royal Mail and UPS, which will most likely use the same sort of techniques. Since filming this video, the website was suspended and was eventually taken down, so I assume the greater powers of the internet had done the job and taken it down.